Okay, can everyone see my screen? Everything's looking okay?
You're good to go.
Awesome. So first off, I want to talk a little bit about Google Chrome. So basically here in the very near future, in the next week or so, we're going to be rolling out two-factor authentication on all of our Gmail accounts within the company. So there's a few things we have to do to prepare for that. The first thing is backing up bookmarks, backing up your passwords, along with making sure Google Chrome's up to date and your Gmail account is signed in under the correct profile. So those are a few of the things I want to go through right now because of two-factor authentication, it being so important and the role it plays within the organization with keeping our data protected. We want to get that rolled out to everybody in the organization as soon as possible. So this is going to be recorded, so we can always reference back to this. I will be sending out the instructions later on today or by tomorrow at the latest. And we'll have approximately 1 week to sign into two-factor authentication and get everything squared away pretty much and set up on the account. So let's get started here. All right, so for your Google account, anytime you open Google Chrome, you'll notice this little icon in the top corner here. It may say PM, whatever initial that may correspond to the account that's signed in or an office account. You may also see another account picture over here. If it's signed in over here, that's signed in on the browser. Once you clear your history and cache, that I know you guys have done in the past, that will wipe the sign in that's here away. This one is permanently signed in on the Google Chrome profile and it will be saved to the computer. So this is the one that syncs your passwords and your bookmarks. This is the one we're going to be focusing on today, the one right next to the URL bar. So first thing we do, we want to come here and we want to make sure that you're syncing your data. Some computers I've noticed in the offices are, some aren't. So the first thing, click here, see if this says syncing. If this doesn't, then that means none of your data is being backed up through Google Chrome. First thing you'll want to do is turn on sync. So go ahead and sign in with an account here.
And while you're doing this part, Paul, is it fair to say that these particular instructions that you're going over right now are, because they're in Chrome, are the same against Mac computers and Windows computers?
Yep. This is the same for Mac and Windows. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
I will be splitting that up in a little bit here, but for the most part, this stuff should be all the same.
Perfect.
This is a prompt that everyone will be getting here shortly, letting you know that the account will be set up with two-factor on February 28th. This date will change. This is just my test date that is set up correctly, or currently. But this will, the instructions will be sent out to how to enroll in two-factor, and we'll cover a little bit of that. So we'll do this later for now. So the first thing you'll be prompted to when you sign in, if you have not been signed in on that browser in the past, is that your organization requires a profile. Because it is a business account, we take control and we can manage the bookmarks. If you leave the organization, we can remove your account, pretty much is what this says. So we'll go ahead and create this. Now it's going to ask you if you want to sync your data. You can always choose what to sync. So if you click on settings, manage what you sync, you can tell it, well, I don't want it to sync my apps, or my history. You don't have to have those synced, or you can sync everything. So once that's done, hit confirm, and that's it. So now we have two accounts on here. We have the existing profile that I had set up on here, which was the local Chrome account. Then we also have person one that it just created. This one happens to be my profile that's synced from Google. So this is my actual CB Great Lakes account, or my Schmidt HQ account, and then here's the local account. If I go into this account, one thing I'm going to notice is there's no bookmarks. Well, actually, I do have a bookmark there. Schmidt Resources. That may be carrying over from the other system, so hold on, bear with me here. So we can always click on this little icon up here and log in to whichever profile you need to. So, okay, so here's the one that I have a bookmark set for. which was the Google Chrome sign-in page. So that is on the local account with the little bicycle. On the help desk account, there's the Schmidt resources. There's not the Google sign-in thing. So the bookmarks have not synced over. So the one thing you'll have to do is go back to this local account that says, you know, whichever account was on your computer in the past. Click here, go to bookmarks, bookmark manager, the three dots, export bookmarks, and then you can place those bookmarks, just leave them in your documents folder, leave them named as is, and just hit save. Then when you go into this other Google Chrome profile, the help desk one, or the whichever account you need to have signed in, go to bookmarks, bookmark manager, here, the three dots, and then import bookmarks. And just go to your documents folder and input the bookmarks that you saved. That also goes with passwords. It's pretty similar to that, a little bit different. So we click on the three dots in the corner here, we go to settings, in search, type in password. Autofill password. Oops, I apologize. Take that back. Let's go to the local account. So if your passwords are already syncing to your CB Great Lakes, your Schmidt HQ, or your CB Schmidt Ohio, or whatever account it happens to be going to, then that's good, because all of our passwords are being managed and saved in our Google account. But if it's a local account, your passwords won't be saved to the cloud. So we go to view and manage our passwords online. And, oh, hold on. Oh, okay, because we don't have any saved passwords, it's not allowing us to export them. I apologize. So in your local account, if you have any saved passwords, there will be three dots right over here, and it will allow you to export those passwords and save those to any place on the computer as well. So one more thing I want to go over, and that is signing into, setting up the two-factor authentication. So we're going to eliminate this profile. And we're going to sign in and set up two-factor authentication really quick.
Secret password.
Okay. Sorry about that. I don't know why it wasn't prompting me last time. So when it comes time to enable two-factor authentication, we're going to have you guys sign out of your accounts, or we'll force you out of your accounts and have you sign back in. You're going to be prompted with this one day. We'll want to click enroll. This is going to want to verify your password again. Okay, this is where it's going to ask you a few options. Do we want to have a text message, a phone call? Sometimes it will ask you for a Google prompt, a security key. It may, if you've already synced your account with an existing mobile device or two-factor account in the past, this will prompt you for different things. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Well, for the time being, we're going to select text message, and we're going to input just the office phone number. I'm entering my phone number, but you're going to want to enter your office phone number that's also signed in with RingCentral. You can then get a text message code to that RingCentral app that will allow you to sign in here. Okay, so voila. It's worked. I've turned on two-step authentication, and that's it. It's really that simple. So it's going to take you to this page. It's going to allow you to use additional backup codes, Google prompts. You're just going to want to leave all this blank, and that's really about it. Just close your browser, go back into it, and then once you're signed in, two-factor authentication has been enabled, and you are all set. It's really that simple. And you know, the only thing that will do is next time you go to sign into your browser from an unknown device or location, it will prompt you for that two-factor code. So if you're logging in on your existing computer in the office that you've been logging into for the last 6 months, it's not going to prompt you for that two-factor code. But if you clear your cache and your cookies, or you go to a friend's house and you have to access your work email over at your mother-in-law's or something for the day, then that will ask you, hey, I need a two-factor code to authenticate that this is legitimately you logging in. So, go ahead, JD.
Well, no, I was, Paul and I know as well as anybody that a lot of this, especially when it comes to like two-factor, can be a pain in the butt. There's a reason why we're implementing it on this level, because of the massive security upgrade that it does. I mean, I know most of us probably, I know I can speak for at least myself, have had this happen either with personal accounts or work accounts, where you get that prompt of like, so-and-so's trying, someone's trying to log into your account. Here's the code. And if you didn't get that code, that person might be able to log into your accounts. And especially from a work standpoint, access our work emails, access our work contacts and stuff like that. So like going through these steps, and like Paul said, the two-factor part is pretty straightforward. It can be a pain to have to do it, or have to get the phone and I had it just the other week where my phone's on the other side of the room, and I was annoyed that I had to get up out of the chair and go grab my phone to get the code. There's a reason that we do this, and the security upgrade is it's massive. So it's really important that we do these things to protect data, to protect ourselves, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So any questions for Paul, guys?
Looks like there was one. So basically, Stephanie, I'm going to be sending out some instructions here. It's going to be in a PDF format. It's going to be broken down on how to save your bookmarks, how to save your passwords, how to update Google Chrome, how to sign into it. It's going to also instructions on two-factor authentication and how to enable that. That's what I've been working on for the last couple of weeks now. It's a little delayed getting out, but it will be rolling out here. The instructions, the very first step on the instructions are print me. So that way you have all of the resources in front of you. This will be a staged release, so we're going to enable everything on the back end, but it's not going to take place. It's not going to enforce this policy to enable two-factor for until whatever time frame that myself and Carrie and the rest of the team decide. So
great. So any other questions? Yeah, you can get Ring Central phone, like Sue said. Any questions? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Paul. Saw you.
The instructions are also going to have a link on Ring Central and how to download the app to your office computer, and that way you can get the text messages or your phone if you need to. So. And this is what we're rolling out with now. We may have additional options for a two-factor authentication method in the future, just because everything seems to be going to that. So that would be nice. It's something we're looking into, maybe like a centralized two-factor authentication program, because account tech is going to be going to this very soon. I know Gmail is going to it. Pretty much everything you touch with a password in the future will have some type of two-factor method required. So
be prepped. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Paul. I know that we're a couple minutes over, but thank you guys for your time.
Oops, sorry, guys.
Oh no, God no! I do this most every week. So, so yeah, like Paul said, we'll have instructions for you guys soon. This video obviously is being recorded, so we'll have ample communication as we roll this out. But if you have questions, please always feel free. Excuse me. Reach out to Paul. His contact info is on Schmidt Resources. It's also just paul@schmidthq.com. So that's pretty easy to remember.
Or if you're in the Florida region, please feel free to reach out to Barb Herrick.
Yes.